Good afternoon, High Button sports fans. Welcome inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center for this afternoon's rematch between the visiting Valley Wildcats and the home team, Sydney Rush. Starting in goal for the Sydney Rush, Brighton Hardy gets the call. And for the Valley Wildcats, number 1, Aaron Meaden is between the pipes. And we are ready to go in this one. Rush, control off the draw. Back for Berman. Saucer pass through the middle of the ice, broken up there, and the Wildcats dump and chase. Sam Stoddard in there, watched closely by Berman. Big hit by Mitchell Gould behind the net, but the Sydney Rush able to get it out. Stopped at the line. Valley try to once again control. At the line, it sneaks out. Mitchell Gould retreats in to his own end. Now gets to the red line and dumps that in. Meaden back to play it, rims it around the boards. Deacon McPhee able to hold the line and keep it in. Down low now. Up top again for McPhee. He shoots that. That one's high and wide. Morrison jumps off the line to keep the play alive. It's rimmed around the boards. Back now for McPhee. He throws it back down low. And the Wildcats now able to get it out. Icing waved off. And McQueen starts the breakout. Through the neutral zone is Ryan McQueen over the blue line. Stripped away by Hunter Hood. Hood can't get it out as Bass Christmas there to hold the line. Now McQueen back in again. Shot that one up and out of play. Again, these teams played last night here in Member 2. Valley Wildcats coming away with a 5-3 victory. Special teams was the name of the game last night as both teams combined for 6 power play goals. Now Connolly, Isaac Connolly, saucer pass, doesn't get through. Now it's out front, back for Max Hanley. Hanley just dumps that back into the corner. Rimmed around the boards, kept in at the line there by Gerard. Connolly walks the blue line, loses the handle, gets out of the zone, and Valley will have to clear the zone. Giving the Rush time to regroup and break out. Here comes Jacob Dunn. Dunn gets into the zone, takes a shot. Mead sterns that aside. Mead in, sorry. And McQueen now. He's watched closely in the high slot there. Valley able to chip it out into the neutral zone. Does not get the length of the ice. The Rush throw it right back in. Hanley rims it around for... Here come the Valley Wildcats. Force knocks it down, keeps it alive. Liam McLeod off the boards and out. But again, that one not far enough. As now this chipped right back into play. Hickey, he's back to play it. Here come the Wildcats. 2-on-1 forming. Jesse Sinclair, good gap control right there by McLeod. Knocking that one out. Rush, chip it in. Along the boards now, Berman trying to keep that alive. Jammed up against the boards. Couple of Rush players, but it is Jesse Sinclair who comes away with it. Sinclair walks over the line, shot Hardy. Turns that one aside. In behind the net, thrown out front, broken up there by the Rush. Back on it now, Kerrigan. Kerrigan shoots, that's tipped high and wide. Still in behind the net now. Plays up top for Wilson. Wilson cross ice feed, broken up there. And away they come. Luke Andrea, he stood up at the line by Lucas Arnold. Heavy hit there by Arnold, and here comes Kerrigan. Kerrigan not able to get that in deep. Christmas tries to find Gracie. Gracie takes his man into the boards hard. Wilson feeling that one a little bit. Now Gracie takes his man out once again. Pass doesn't connect, and McPhee off the linesman. Kerrigan in a battle with McPhee. Jacob Seaman, good game from Jacob last night. Goal and an assist in the victory for the Wildcats. Played in all situations, very effective on the ice. Now Mitchell Gould trying to get it going, up and out of play. Face-off coming inside the offensive zone for the Rush. Jacob Dunn in to take the draw. Wins that back, throwing back down low. Now McLean loses the handle at the blue line. McQueen can't get it past Hanley. Max Hanley now with some space. Just tries to chip it up front, but it's broken up there by the Rush. Jacob Dunn tries to get around his man. Sinclair has him tied up. Hanley back to retrieve once again. Sinclair dumps it in, and the Valley Wildcats will start a change. Rimmed around McQueen. He tries to pick it up there. McQueen dumps it in. Meaden steers out of side for Hickey. Cam Hickey skates it out through the neutral zone. Eludes a big hit from Gould. Hickey now still with it, leaves it there for Connolly. Throws that down low, but the Rush come away with it. Hickey reads the play very well, closes the gap, and the Valley Wildcats control once again. Eric Hanley now. Shot, Hardy gobbles that up, no rebound. 13:37 to go here in the first. Back and forth these teams go. Both teams with some dangerous opportunities so far here this afternoon. Thrown out front, Hardy. Can't find it, but it's cleared away off the line. Another dangerous opportunity there now for the Valley Wildcats. Connolly working it down low up top. Here's Hickey. Hickey shoots, Hardy with the save. Rebound comes out in front. The Rush can't get it out of their own zone right now. They're hemmed in. McLeod trying to play it over for Berman. Berman watched closely there by Eric Hanley. It's given up to Hood. Hanley, he's in. Big save. Hardy keeping that one out. Again, the Rush hemmed in their own zone right now, but here comes Gracie with a burst of speed. Gets around Hickey. Gracie taken out by two Wildcat defenders, and here come the Wildcats once again. End-to-end action now as the game starts to open up. Gould will chip that in down low, but the linesman will say he did not. And it'll be an icing call. Defensive zone draw coming up. Sam Stoddard's out to take it for the Valley Wildcats against Mitchell Gould. Stoddard wins it cleanly back to the point. Seaman throws it back down behind the net. Stoddard in a battle back there. Puck still squirts free. Now Bourbon comes away with it. Saucer pass, tries to find Mitchell Gould. Not able to connect. Luke Force now to Darius Pay. Pay comes in, shot, Hardy. Once again, gobbles that up, and there is no rebound. quick transition here by the Valley Wildcats as they're able to get that puck up the ice very, very quickly. Generated opportunities off the rush. Another face-off win for the Wildcats. Christmas. Blocked down the half wall, can't get it out. Thrown out front, good defensive layers in front of the Rush goaltender. And they start an attack, shot, kicked aside, and we've got our first penalty upcoming. And it's going to be a cross-checking call, and it will go against Jacob Seaman. The Sydney Rush go to the first power play of the game. Again, 3 power play goals last night for the Sydney Rush. And it was something that team needed to get going, and they got it going. Back for Ryan McQueen. He got 2 of them on the power play last night. Gould shakes off his man and throws it down low. Now it's back up top. Gould once again. Throws it down low. Gracie leaves it there for Jacob Dunn. Dunn lets that go, and the Wildcats are able to clear it. Thanks to their power play prowess last night, the Rush now clicking along at 17% on the man advantage. The Wildcats with a 75% penalty kill on this young season. Gould circles the net. Looking for his options. He finds Christmas up top. Bass Christmas shakes off his man. Gould throws it out front. Dunn not able to redirect that one. He's watched closely in front. Goes across now for Gracie. Gracie watched very closely there by Girard. Trying to jam it up against the wall. It comes out now. Gould, he's got some space. Tries to throw a cross-ice pass, but in the lane there is Hanley. McQueen regroups. Wildcats stack up the neutral zone. Pass ahead, Gracie can't get it, but he'll beat out the icing call. 30 seconds to go now in the man advantage. Gould out front for Christmas. Bass Christmas can't get the handle on it, but he gets it once again. Penalty now upcoming to the Sydney Rush. Once they get the handle on it. And we'll take a short break. And we'll figure it all out when we come back after the break.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and job.
Jacob Dunn goes to the box for a slash, which will negate the power play. We'll play 4-on-4 hockey for the next 14 seconds, and the Valley Wildcats will have their turn for their first power play of the day. Arnold knocked hard off his feet. Now Morgan Fleming tries to cross ice feed. Penalty over to Seaman, and now the Wildcats go on the power play. Seaman plays that ahead for Fleming. Fleming finds Hood coming through the middle of the ice. Back up top for Betts. Down for Hood. Hood can't get it through, and the Rush able to clear the zone. Meaden leaves it there for Nate Betts. Betts, couple goals last night to get things started here for the Wildcats. The Rush once again gain control and throw it down. 1 minute to go now in the power play for the Valley Wildcats. Thrown out front, but Morgan Fleming picks it up. Morgan Fleming walks around his man, but doesn't get much further than that. The Rush able to once again clear the zone and get it out. Hood stops up, leaves it there for Sinclair. Jesse Sinclair, cross ice for Kerrigan. Kerrigan can't get that. And then once again, the penalty kill for the Sydney Rush, able to clear it. Giveaway here now, it's Miller. Miller not able to convert. Giveaway right in front of the Valley Wildcats net and not punished for it. Now Stoddard keeps with it. Top Seaman shot. That one goes wide. Now it's on the stick to Kerrigan. Up top now for Sinclair. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Kerrigan shoots. That's blocked in front by McPhee. Teams back to even strength. Successful kill for both teams to start this one. Off the board and out. Valley's got to be careful right there. Almost too many men on the ice, but both teams will complete a change. Kerrigan chips it ahead for Seaman. Seaman can't get it down low far enough, and McLeod will skate away with it. McLeod up for Gracie. One-on-one developing. Help coming. Good stick in the lane there by Max Hanley, able to break that up. Sinclair now 1-on-2. Good stick by Bass Christmas, clears that. And the Rush now come back away with it. Gracie throws it in front. Here comes Gideon. Dylan Gideon circles the net. Up top for Bass Christmas. Christmas shot off a stick and over the net. Gracie now for Bass Christmas. Christmas loses the handle on it, and he's closed in quickly there by Hunter Hood. Gould circles the net, tries the wraparound play. Net comes off, and we get a whistle. Good pressure starting to mount here for the Sydney Rush. Able to generate some offensive zone time and get some dangerous scoring opportunities right now. 6-3, read the shots on goal right now, favoring the Valley Wildcats. Dunn in to take the draw for the Rush. He wins it again. Good night in the face-off circle for Jacob Dunn. And the trend continues so far here in this one today. Hardy out to play it, but the Wildcats come away with it. Force. He picks up a pass coming through the middle of the ice, but again, Hardy doing a good job tracking the puck. Keeps this a 0-0 game. 6:28 to go in the first period. Wildcats win the draw. Shot. That goes wide. Force throws it out for Betts. Knocked off his stick. Now Ryan McQueen comes away with it one-on-one with Hanley. Hanley eliminates the man from the puck, and into the corner it goes. Fleming and McQueen battle along the boards. Puck down the corner, jammed up along the boards, trying to break it free here now. Hanley flips it out into the neutral zone onto the stick of Morgan Fleming. Fleming watched closely there by Jacob Dunn. Now Luke Force down low. Shakes off his man. Tries to throw it out into the high slot for Hood, but broken up there by the Rush. Now McQueen. 1-on-3. McQueen needs some help, so he'll chip it in and give chase himself. Broken up there by the Wildcats. Connolly gets it over the red line, now over the blue line into the zone. Puck squirts free. And it's Mitchell Gould that'll come away with it. Hickey tries to find Hood. Doesn't connect. Icing is waved off. Arnold can't keep it out at the line. And he's watched closely there by Guthrow. Arnold chips it off the boards. Back on the stick of Lucas Arnold, over for Isaac Connolly. Connolly finds Hood. Hood tries to get a handle on it, but it's stripped off his stick by Berman. Berman ahead for Mitchell Gould. Gould shot! That goes wide. Still on it now is Mitchell Gould. Out front. Here's Guthrow. Guthrow cycles it down low. The Wildcats come away with it. Penalty coming up now to Mitchell Gould as he slashes the stick out from Isaac Connolly's hands. Second power play of the afternoon coming up for the Valley Wildcats. 0 for 1 on the first opportunity. Eric Hanley out to take the draw for the Valley Wildcats. He will get waved out. Jesse Sinclair will come in to take the draw. Rush win the draw, and they're able to clear the zone. 4 minutes to go here in a scoreless first period as the Wildcats start their second power play of the afternoon. Sinclair with a burst of speed now gets through the neutral zone and over the blue line. Mark Berman there to clean up the trash and clear the zone once again. Jacob Seaman gathers steam through the neutral zone, now into the offensive zone. Throws it out front, nobody home for the Wildcats. And the Rush once again easily clear the zone and relieve the pressure. .110 to go now in the man advantage for the Wildcats. Nothing going so far on this power play, as it's Jacob Seaman carrying it over once again. Jacob Seaman had a power play goal last night, but here comes Owen Gracie on the PK. Pulls up, plays it back for Morrison, over for McPhee. And once again, the Rush will clear it down. Gracie, first one on it. Meaden's got to be careful there. Now it's Nate Betts. Cross for Hunter Hood. Hood gains the zone, stops up, plays it down the half wall. Connolly can't control. And once again, the Sydney Rush clear it down. 25 seconds to go now in the man advantage. Hood gains the zone, watched very closely once again by Ryan McQueen. Now Betts over for Fleming. Fleming finds Connolly. McQueen can't get a handle on it, and the Wildcats able to keep the play alive. Betts over for Fleming. Fleming pulls it back, but fans on the shot. Now McQueen off the glass, but not out. Now it's off a skate and out. Gould is out of the box, and we are back to even strength. Now a melee ensues after the whistle. As Gould and Arnold, I believe, get tied up with one another. Gould and Arnold get separated. They'll both get shown the gate. Arnold still chirping at Gould as he leaves the ice. Angus McLean is going to get an extra 2 here, as I believe he was the third man in. The refs will get this all sorted out. As we are just under 2 minutes to go here in what's been an entertaining first period between these two teams. Refs continue to get things sorted out here. Now they'll talk to the team captains and representatives to inform them of what has been doled out here. 4 minutes currently on the board for Angus McLean. So this will shake out. I believe the Valley Wildcats will be going back to the power play. Arnold and Gould appear to have offsetting penalties. McLean, 4 minutes on the clock. The Valley will start a power play here. Teams get sorted here as what personnel they want to have out on the ice to start this special teams. And we'll get it all sorted out, and play resumes with another big face-off win by Jacob Dunn. Dunn. Kerrigan. Over the line. In the boards battle. Sinclair now sets it up. Under a minute and a half to go here in the first. Arnold and Gould go off for head contact and each issued 10-minute misconducts. Now out front, shot tipped aside. Up top now for Sinclair. Thrown out front. Mad scramble in front. The Rush able to find it and clear it out of harm's way. Bass Christmas takes his man out hard behind the net. Shot, Hardy jumps on top of that. And these teams really starting to not like each other as we play game 2 of a 2-game set here. Early on in the season, Valley Wildcats again with the victory last night pushed their record to 3-0 on the season. And with that victory, Rush falling to 0-3, looking to get into the win column here this afternoon. 44 seconds to go now in the first period. Fleming ahead for Hood. Broken up there in the neutral zone by Gracie, but Betts quick on it now for Hood. Hood cross ice feed. Connolly, what a save by Brighton Hardy. Isaac Connolly was all alone in a gaping net, but Hardy with an unbelievable cross ice save. Great save, Brighton Hardy right there. Up top now, 20 seconds to go in the first. Thrown out front, it's off a skate. Wildcats pressing hard, looking for something here before the period's out. Thrown out front, tipped wide by Hanley. And it will get out of the zone, 4 seconds to go. Betts is content to let the clock run out. After an entertaining 20 minutes of play, we remain scoreless. We'll be back after the first intermission.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic, Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic, Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic, Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic, Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic, Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center as we get set for the second period action between the visiting Valley Wildcats and the Sydney Rush. 0-0 after 20 minutes of play here in Member 2. Shots on goal, 10-4 in favor of the Valley. Valley will start this period on the power play, as there was a scrum after the whistle near the end of the first period, which resulted in Arnold and Gould getting tangled up with each other. Angus McLean coming in to help out his teammate and captain, and he ended up in the box, and the Valley will start with a power play here, and they win the draw. Up and out of play, and be remiss not to revisit the amazing save by Brighton Hardy with 25 seconds to go in that first period, keeping this a scoreless game. Valley win the draw once again up top for Jesse Sinclair. Now Jacob Seaman throws it down out front. Hardy picks that up off the stick of Luke Force. And we'll have another face-off coming inside the Rush zone. Kerrigan in to take the draw against Gracie. The Rush control and get it down the ice once again. Power play trying to get set up here for the Wildcats. It's Sinclair. He's going to rim it around the boards. Rush, the first one on it, and once again clear the zone. They'll start a change out of the penalty killers. And a minute now to go in the power play for the Wildcats. Nothing going so far. McPhee finds a loose puck and hammers that one the length of the ice, and once again the Wildcats have to regroup. Ahead for Hanley. Now it's Fleming. Bass Christmas loses an edge, and Fleming tried to find the backdoor feed for his teammate, not able to connect, and the Rush once again clear the zone. 30 seconds to go now in the man advantage for the Valley Wildcats. Here comes Betts. Cross for Fleming. Fleming throws it out front off the skate of Betts. But now Morgan Fleming picks it up once again. Circles up to the top of the zone. Crossover for Betts. Betts shot blocked in front by Bass Christmas. Miller tries to chip it out. Now Andrea comes over to help. Fleming. He loses the handle, picks it up once again. Penalty is over. Teams back to even strength. Another successful kill for the Rush. Now they will try and clear it down. They will clear it down. This one will actually go the length of the ice for icing. Another impressive and important penalty kill for the Sydney Rush. And their most important penalty killer, Brighton Hardy, once again up to the task. Sam Stoddard in to take the draw now for the Valley Wildcats. He's been good in the face-off circle today, and he wins another face-off. This one tipped up and out of play. Now the Rush able to get the line change that they wanted. They weren't able to before with the icing call. Now they get the personnel out there that they want, and it's going to be Jacob Dunn in to take the draw against Sam Stoddard. Two guys who have been very good in the face-off circle this weekend. Stoddard wins that one cleanly. Down low. Sam Stoddard on it. In behind the net. Watched closely there by McLeod. Gideon. He can't get it, and Stoddard continues to wreak havoc behind the net. Now Amos Sinclair. Up top for Hanley. Down low again for Sinclair. Throws it out front. Tries to tip it in front there. I believe that's Darius Pay. But once again, Hardy gets down, takes away the bottom of the net. And another offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Valley Wildcats. Betts in to take the draw against Dunn. Valley win that one. Fleming circles around now. Wilson shot into Hardy. Hardy had a clear sight of vision on that one as McPhee does a good job clearing the front of the net for his goaltender. Hardy able to grab that, and there is no rebound. Ethan Miller in to take the draw. Wildcats win that one, but again, the rush. Good pressure there. Into the Wildcat zone it goes. Chipped out into neutral ice. Betts flips it in. Hardy reads the play, sees the pressure coming, and he will take the face-off. Jesse Sinclair in to take the draw now for the Valley Wildcats. Back and chipped up Luke Andrea. He's got some speed. He gets a step on Hickey. Andrea shot. Fans on that. Meaden kicks that aside. His first shot of the period. Andrea now trying to get through the sea of red in front. But here comes Jesse Sinclair. Sinclair is taken out by Deacon McPhee. Rush still trying to get it out. Force through his own legs. Tries to elude Bass Christmas. Thrown out front for Pay. It's off a shin pad of Miller and out into the neutral zone, into the Valley net end. And the Rush, they'll get new bodies out now. Darius Pay rims it around out of the reach of Hardy. Back up top. Seaman steps around his man. Seaman gets a lane shot. Hardy steers that one aside. Now Hanley tries to muscle his way down the boards, and the Valley Wildcats continue to control in the offensive zone. Shot blocked in front there by Ethan Miller. Wildcats can't control, and they throw it back down into their own end. Outlet pass met there by Morrison. Conley needs to touch up. He won't, and offsides will be the call. 15:03 to go here in the second. We remain scoreless so far in this one. Hickey back to retrieve it for the Wildcats. Leaves it there for Gerard. Gerard skates it out. Good heads-up play there by Gracie. He's able to read the play, keep the play alive in the offensive zone. Sillaboy gives chase. Gracie there to support. Still fighting along the boards. It comes now loose. Sillaboy throws it out front. Nobody home. Morrison there to recover, retreat, throw it back in. Hanley knocked off his stick, but it's thrown down low. Now Berman, he's met there by Connolly. Isaac Connolly up top for Gerard. Cross ice feed trying to find Hanley in the back door. Doesn't connect. Hanley gets it knocked off his stick. And now there's a battle in the high slot. Down low, Hood, 1-on-4 down below. Now he's got some help. Help arrives. Hood will finish the change for the Wildcats. Shot, that's deflected in front. That one had eyes, but deflects off the rush player into the corner. Now here's Owen Gracie. He's got a breakaway. Gracie all alone. Shot off the post. Owen Gracie with a great opportunity on the breakaway, just glazes the post. Back the other way come the Wildcats. Amos Sinclair leaves it up top for Stoddard. Shot. Scramble play in front. Rush try to clear the zone, not able to get there, but now Angus McLean tries to be first on the puck right there. Getting it out. Heb, but the Wildcats throw it right back in. McLean off the glass and out of the zone. Not going to be far enough for icing. Jeremy Wilson back to play it. Chip not far enough, as now McQueen tries to pick that up in the neutral zone. He's not able to connect, and this one will go the length of the ice. Icing is the call. $12:28 to go in the second, and we remain scoreless here in Member 2. Rush win the draw, but not able to control. Fleming trying to draw a penalty there, none coming. Now done. 2-on-2 with Heb. Knocked off Heb's stick, but McLean is there. Ends up, McQueen shot, scores! Ryan McQueen picks up the puck as it squirts out into the high slot. And the Sydney Rush are first on the board. Ryan McQueen is having himself a weekend here. His third of the weekend. Once again, it's that wrist shot of McQueen. He finds the top corner. Again, opportunistic is McQueen and the Rush. As that one squirts out, Ryan McQueen wastes no time putting it home. 1-0 the Rush lead. McLeod dumps it right back in. Berman tries to throw it, but ends up on the stick. McLeod over. Gracie fans on that one. Wildcats try to clear the zone, but they finally do. Now it's McLeod. He's going to throw it right back in. The Wildcats now try to get it out. McLeod chips it off. Gracie met there hard by Girard. And the Wildcats throw it back in again. Try to cross-ice pass, doesn't make it, but Girard is back there to collect it for the Wildcats. Chipped into the neutral ice. Liam McLeod back to get it. Over for Berman. Ahead for Gideon. Gideon loses the handle as he's watched closely there by Force. Pay throws it in behind the net. Hardy comes out to play it. McLeod chips it across for Berman. Now Berman over for McLeod. Chipped in. Owen Gracie trying to set himself free, but he's watched closely again by the Valley Wildcat defenders. Here comes Hunter Hood. Hood, he's knocked off the puck by Bass Christmas. Down low. Good stick in the lane there by Liam McLeod, but it ends up on the point on the stick of Jacob Seaman. Throws it down the corner. Isaac Connolly gives chase. Watched closely by McLeod. Shot. What a save by Brighton Hardy. Once again coming across crease and makes the save. Brighton Hardy standing tall in the Rush net right now. One-timer shot in the danger zone, but Brighton Hardy again with a huge save for the Rush. Valley win the draw. Dunn rims it around. Not out. Heb, he can't get it out, but now Jacob Dunn there. Finds McQueen. McQueen's going to dump it in. Meaden can't stop it. Bass Christmas pinches in off the line. Heb gives chase into the corner. He's watched closely there by Jacob Seaman. Ryan McQueen now. Up top. Chipped out into the neutral zone there by Jesse Sinclair. Here comes Jacob Seaman over the line. Shot in on Hardy. And we'll get a face-off, and we will take a quick timeout.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons.
Face off in the offensive zone now for the Valley Wildcats. Jesse Sinclair wins the draw. Shot tip, that one just wide. Lots of shots from the point, trying to get any tip deflection in front. Not able to go. Jeremy Wilson, he's watched closely by Luke Andrea. Now Jesse Sinclair trying to find some space, chips it around up top now for Max Hanley. Back down low for Jesse Sinclair. He circles the top of the zone. Kept to the outside, thrown out front. Nobody home for the Wildcats, and the rush able to chip it out. Good stick there by Andrea. Andrea shot. Meaden kicks that aside now. Ethan Miller fans on the shot in the high slot. Andrea breaks it up, trying to break it out. Down low now for Miller. Ethan Miller hit hard by Wilson. Penalty upcoming to the Wildcats. Jeremy Wilson will go to the penalty box for the Valley Wildcats. And the Sydney Rush will go back to the power play. Their second power play of the afternoon. They got the power play going last night. They're hoping they can find pay dirt once again here. Controlling off the draw, Bass Christmas. Cross ice for Gracie, up top for Ryan McQueen. On the half wall for Gracie. Shots! Tipped up and out of play as Jacob Heb tries a quick one-timer feed from Gracie. Gracie in to take the draw now for the rush. Scramble draw, the Valley Wildcats come away with it. Christmas can't keep it in at the line. Heb leaves it there for McQueen. McQueen watched closely by Stoddard. He has to turn around and regroup. McQueen tries to get it in, not able to. Wildcats come away with it. Amos Sinclair dumps it in. Wildcats get some fresh penalty killers out there. And Ryan McQueen winds it up from his own end. Gains the zone. Circles in behind the net. Tries to chip it up top for Bass Christmas. Hits the ref's skate, but Bass Christmas does come away with it. Christmas now trying to find some space. Him and Gracie try and figure it out. Loses the handle, and the Wildcats able to clear it down, and they'll once again change out penalty killers. Owen Gracie now winds it up behind his own net. He's taken down. He'll try again. Aggressive penalty kill here from the Wildcats. Good read there by Cam Hickey, able to dump that back down. 17 seconds to go in the man advantage. Wildcats looking for a big kill here. Checked off his stick there by Force. Berman gets over the line. Team's back now to even strength. Gracie feeds it over for McQueen. Shot. That's off a skate and wide. Gracie with it again now. Works his way up the half wall. Now spins into the top of the zone. Knocked off his stick, and away it goes. Rush regroup now. Liam McLeod steps around his man off the glass, not far enough. Isaac Connolly gains his own for the Wildcats. Connolly shot. Hardy turns that aside. Off the boards and out. Now Connolly is going to try again. Finds Fleming. Fleming rips one just over the crossbar. Hickey keeps it alive at the blue line for the Wildcats. Thrown out front. Morgan Fleming finds a loose puck on the side of the net. Lost in coverage is Morgan Fleming. We talked about it last night. His offensive prowess led the U15 league in goals last season. Scored last night. And he gets another one here today to tie this one up. Chipped into the rush zone. Morrison back to get it. Icing will be the call. As that goal is scored, Mitchell Gould, Lucas Arnold have served their time. They are now back. Gould out there right now. Taking the face-off. Gould tries to get it through, but instead the Wildcats will come away with it. Isaac Connolly with a burst of speed. Tries to pull up on Morrison, but loses the handle. Here comes Gracie. Throws it out front. Meaden reads the pressure. And an offensive zone draw. Coming now for the Rush. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. We are deadlocked at 1. Entertaining game we've got going on here this afternoon in Member 2. Sinclair and Gould line up for the face-off. Morrison. Fans on it. Sinclair tries to chip it ahead for Betts. Doesn't get there. Hardy out to play it. Gideon. He loses the handle, ends up along the boards. Now it's deep in the Valley Wildcats end, and Jacob Seaman back to get it. Spins off his man. Plays it ahead for Force. Quickly tracked down there is Force by Dylan Gideon. Gideon comes in, finishes his check, eliminates the man from the puck, and here comes Gould. Mitchell Gould walks around, now rims it around. Rusher on a line change and nobody there at the blue line to keep it in. Deacon McPhee back to get it. Thrown up off the skate. Ryan McQueen gives chase. Wildcats chip it out. McPhee has the chase. Bass Christmas. Over for Deacon McPhee. McPhee trying to find Heb. Doesn't connect, and it'll go the length of the ice for icing. (21-9) shots on goal right now favoring the Valley Wildcats. Brighton Hardy has been a difference maker in this one. Jacob Dunn in to face Hunter Hood. Hood wins that draw. Off a skate, breaks free. Here's Jacob Heb. Heb running out of real estate. And a quick and excellent back check there by Fleming, able to knock that off the stick of Heb. Chipped in by Dunn. Gerard back to retrieve for the Wildcats. Loses it in the boards. Now gets it back across for Hanley. Hanley loses it off of his stick. Now Isaac Connolly starts to wind it up. Goes through the neutral zone. He's met there by Ryan McQueen. Separating man from puck once again. Now Jacob Heb. Bouncing puck, not able to control it. Morgan Fleming comes away with it. He gains the blue line. Shot scores! Quick release from Morgan Fleming, as he had a bad angle shot on that one, but again, that's a goal scorer's goal right there by Morgan Fleming. As he notches his second of the game, his third of the weekend. And he puts the Valley Wildcats ahead in this one, 2-1, as we are under 3 to go in the second period. Little jump in the legs now, the Valley Wildcats, as they get back to that aggressive forecheck that we've known from them. Arnold dumps it right back in. Hardy out to play it. McLeod rims it around. Gets over the stick of McLeod. Now Stoddard is away. Stoddard shoots. That one goes wide, and it's going to go all the way around. Cam Hickey dumps it in. Hardy out to play it. Leaves it there for McLeod. McLeod flips it out onto the stick of Guthrow. Guthrow chips that in deep. Gould on it. Lucas Arnold evades the forecheck of Mitchell Gould. Wildcats chip it out. Force, he can't find it in his feet. Now Nate Betts. Battle along the boards. Ethan Miller comes away with it now. Into the corner it goes. Miller up top from Morrison. His shot turned aside by Meaden. Jesse Sinclair, he can't get it out. Kept alive at the line by McLean. But now it's kicked out in a 2-on-1, soon to be 3-on-1 for the Wildcats. Sinclair, shot. That goes wide. Puck comes out. Here's Luke Andrea, 1-on-1 with Seaman. Broken up play there as Seaman gets his stick in the lane. Back to Morrison. Morrison tries to throw it back down deep. Blocking the passing lane there was Jacob Seaman. Behind the net now, Andrea thrown out front. Kicked out onto a Valley stick. But now it's up again to the blue line. Jacob Seaman carries it in. It's knocked off his stick. Andrea tries a quick transition, but Hunter Hood with a good back check, breaking that play up. Morgan Fleming, the ever dangerous Morgan Fleming, can't get the handle. Now Isaac Connolly tries to find it, but Ethan Miller comes away with it for the rush. Luke Andrea, and that's just a step offside. 26 seconds to go here in the second period. The Valley Wildcats down by 1 at one point, have come back and now have a 2-1 lead as we head towards the end of the second period. 2 goals off the stick of the rookie, Morgan Fleming. Thrown in deep by Jacob Hebb. Jeremy Wilson picks it up, but Hebb is there once again to break that play up. Thrown out front. Meaden lost the handle there for a second. 5 seconds to go now, and that will do it for the second period of play here in Membertou. And after 40 minutes of play, the Valley Wildcats hold a 2-1 lead over the Sydney Rush. We'll be back after this brief intermission.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center as we get set for third period action here in a good one between the Valley Wildcats and the Sydney Rush. After 40 minutes of play, the Valley Wildcats hold a 2-1 lead over the Rush. All the scoring coming in that second period. Ryan McQueen got the party started for the Rush. And then Morgan Fleming replies with 2 for the Valley Wildcats. After 40 minutes, shot totals showing 22-11 in favor of the Valley Wildcats. So we got about a minute 30 here on the clock. Looks like they're going to let it run down. Maybe give the ice a little chance to dry up a little bit. A couple wet spots there to start the second period. Brighton Hardy has been the story tonight here, or this afternoon, pardon me, for the Sydney Rush. Couple 10-bell saves from Brighton. He has stood tall between the pipes for the Rush. Valley trying to complete the sweep of the Rush here this weekend, and in doing so would push their record to 4-0. If the Rush have anything to say about it, the next 20 minutes they're looking to get themselves into the win column for the first time in this very young season. As the clock ticks down now, we're getting ready to start third period action. After today, next game action for the Valley Wildcats will actually be on Wednesday against the Steel Subaru. That's a home game for the Valley Wildcats. And the Rush will be home again next weekend against the South Shore Mustangs, who are coming to town for a 2-game set. Third period now underway. McLeod back to get it. Berman throws it up the middle. Fleming, not the stick you want to put it on. Morgan Fleming, he's got a hot one right now. And once again, he wastes no time with a quick release. And Morgan Fleming with the hat trick. 3 unanswered goals now by the Valley Wildcats. Again, all coming off the stick of Morgan Fleming. Pass up the middle gets picked off. And Fleming wastes no time and makes no mistake. Connolly. Now Bass Christmas is watched closely there by Isaac Connolly. Bass Christmas loses his stick now out front. Shot. Hood doesn't miss by much right there. Max Hanley throws it, doesn't make its way to the net. Head for McQueen. McQueen can't chip it in past Girard. Jacob Dunn now, he's met hard there by the big body presence of Max Hanley. He's been throwing his weight around all weekend here in Member 2. Now Isaac Connolly barreling down the line, throws it out front. Chip play now up top for Jesse Sinclair. Sinclair tries to go around the net, throws it out front, but it ends up on the stick of the Rush players. Now McQueen throws it across for Heb. He's going to throw it in deep. Meaden out to play it. Hickey loses his man. Throws it up for Force. Force met there on the wall by Andrea. Rimmed around, Ethan Miller gives chase. Cam Hickey eliminates him from the puck. Jesse Sinclair back to help out now. And the Wildcats are able to get it out. Lucas Arnold skates it through the neutral zone. Penalty upcoming now to the Rush. It'll be Andrea going for the slash just as soon as the Rush gain control. Heavy hit there by McLean. And it looks like we're going to have a couple of minor penalties upcoming to the Sydney Rush once we get this sorted out. Cam Hickey slow to get back up onto his feet, but he is up on his feet under his own accord. Always great to see. He'll make his way to the bench and get examined. McLean and Andrea. Lucas Arnold is going to get an unsportsmanlike 2-minute penalty. So that will negate the 5-on-3. It will be 5-on-4 for the Valley Wildcats. McLean in for boarding, Andrea for slash, and again, Lucas Arnold, the Wildcats, in for unsportsmanlike. And when we flush it all out, the Valley Wildcats go to the power play once again. It's been an effective penalty kill for the Sydney Rush here this afternoon. Valley would love to get a goal on this power play. Spread that lead just a little bit more. Now Nate Betts throws it down low for Connolly. Isaac Connolly feeds it up top, but it's off a stick of Mitchell Gould. He can't get it out of the zone, but now Morrison gets it down. Here comes Betts. Head for Stewart. Jeremy Stewart. Or sorry, that's Fleming. Fleming with the hat trick out there looking for more. Hunter Hood. He can't get the handle on it. And Morrison will once again send it the length of the ice. Aggressive forecheck there by Owen Gracie. Trying to cause some disturbance there and flush out the Valley Wildcats power play. Hood gains the line, loses the handle, but it ends up down deep in the corner. Luke Force is on it. Up top now for Gerard. Across for Max Hanley. Hanley shoots. That's blocked in front by Morrison. Over for Hanley again. Down for Gerard. That shot is blocked by Berman. Penalty killers, another great job keeping them to the outside, but again, it's Gerard. Shot, another blocked shot there by Berman. Max Hanley with it again, circles up to the top. Leaves it there for Jesse Sinclair, who throws it down low out front. Scores! Power play marker. And it's going to be Eric Hanley with that one, as it's good puck movement by the power play unit of the Wildcats. Able to find the seams on the ice, find the open man on the back door, and Eric Hanley puts it home. (4-1), the Valley Wildcats now lead the Sydney Rush. Ryan McQueen over the line, up top for Basque Christmas. Throws it out front, but it's picked off there by Kerrigan. He throws it in deep. Tries to step around Deacon McPhee. Up top for Hickey. Tipped in front by Pay. Kicked aside there by Hardy. Another loose puck in front. Pay. He not by much. Jacob Hebb throws it in. Meaden out to play it. Leaves it there now for Seaman. Jacob Seaman skates it through the neutral zone, gets to the red line and dumps it in. Valley start a change. Thrown in deep by Syllaboy. Guthrow gives chase. Stepped aside there by Jacob Seaman. He flips it in for Nate Betts. Betts and McLeod battle hard into the corner. Betts comes away with it. Guthrow back. Off the glass, not out. Syllaboy in to help. Now it squirts loose for Mitchell Gould. 1-on-2 is Mitchell Gould. Gould tries to step around his man, but it'll squeak up to Meaden. And Aaron Meaden will cover it up. Offensive face-off coming up for the Rush. Ethan Miller in to take the draw. Hunter Hood for the Wildcats. Puck up and out of play. So we will have another face-off coming. Inside the zone. Ethan Miller will try and win another one for the Rush. And he will, but the puck will squeak free. And there's Isaac Conley with a burst of speed. Shot, fans on it. Misses wide, but it ends up back up top, and the Valley Wildcats able to keep it alive. Hood. Dipsy doodling his way, but not able to find his teammate in the high slot. Max Hanley mishandles it at the point. Now 2-on-1 forming. Here comes Andrea over, trying to find Miller. They can't connect. Conley met at the line there by McLean. Here come the Rush once again. Ethan Miller tries to beat his man. Scores! Austin Miller fires it home. And the Sydney Rush have life once again. Miller almost gets one on the 2-on-1 just prior, but that time around he wastes no time putting it home, and the Rush are within 2. Betts skates it out. McPhee. Icing is the call. Again, Austin Miller brings the Sydney Rush within 2. 13:15 to go. The Rush are looking for the next one. Bass Christmas ahead for Gould. Mitchell Gould over the line. Can't get around Arnold. Cam Hickey there. Now Cam Hickey collides with 2 Rush forecheckers. Gracie tries to feather it down low, but that hits a Wildcat skate. But now it's on the stick of Deacon McPhee. He shoots. That one just up and wide. Now with a burst of speed, Sinclair in a foot race with Deacon McPhee. McPhee gets there first. Watched closely is Deacon McPhee now throwing out front. Here's Jacob Seaman. Steps around a man. Gets the shot on Hardy. But Hardy will gobble that up and not have a rebound. .12:30 to go. Third period. Valley Wildcats holding on to a 2-goal lead. Rush win the draw once again now. Ryan McQueen 1-on-2, his shot. Off a skate into the corner. Up top now for McLeod. His shot goes wide. Kerrigan steps over the line. Throws it down into the corner for Amos Sinclair. He can't get the handle on it. Darius Pay in behind and comes out front. Hardy has seen enough. He's going to grab that and get a whistle and get a face-off. Stoddard, Sinclair, and Eric Hanley come over the boards for the Valley Wildcats. Scramble draw ends up right in front of the net of the Rush. Heb picks it up, finds McQueen. 3 Valley Wildcats converge on McQueen, but he gets it in deep. McQueen on it again. Over for Berman. Mark Berman, shot. Meaden sees that one, and he'll hold on for the face-off. $11:25 to go here in the third period. Offensive zone draw now for the Rush, and to take it is Mitchell Gould. Chipped out of the zone, but back onto the stick of the Rush. Gracie chips it in deep. Hanley back to get it. McLean comes in off the line, tries to keep the play alive, but it's Isaac Conley ahead for Hunter Hood. Hood, saucer pass over for Fleming. Fleming shoots, that goes wide. Now Gracie. Watched closely there by Hood, but he gets it ahead for McLean. McLean shoots, kicked aside by Meaden. Up top now, Morrison throws it in. Valley retreat and get regrouped. Conley chips it off the glass and out. Valley will start a change. Icing is the call. So the Valley Wildcats will not get to make that change that they wanted to make. Syllaboy in to take the draw for the Rush. And he'll win it to McQueen. Back for Bass Christmas. He throws it on net, steered into the corner by Meaden. McPhee pinches in off the line, shot out front, almost tipped in front there by Guthrow. McPhee keeps it in once again. Puck can't get through, but Valley muscle its way out. Gerard gets it out into the neutral zone. Not much further, but now Isaac Conley will throw it in deep, and Valley will now get that line change that they wanted. Ahead now for McQueen, who tips it in. Cam Hickey goes to grab it. Here come the Valley Wildcats once again. Luke Force throws it out front. Nobody home. Still on the stick of Luke Force. Circles the zone. Lucas Arnold now. His shot is blocked. So Jesse Sinclair will give it a go. Kicked out front. Force now. Circles around the corner. Up the half wall. Throws it back down low. Tries a cross ice feed. Broken up by Guthrow. Guthrow will send it the length of the ice. This one will have enough for icing. And we will take a quick timeout.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports.
Offensive zone face-off off the icing call now for the Valley Wildcats. Braden Kerrigan in to take the draw for the Valley. He wins that. Kerrigan in close. They score. Off the face-off, the Wildcats control it. Get it out front. Kerrigan will lead the charge to the bench, indicating that it would be his goal. Braden Kerrigan, we talked about last night, another one of those players who had a great U15 season, looking to translate that into his first season at the U18 level. Valley restore their 3-goal lead as we are under 9 minutes to go now in the third. Hickey. Cross ice for Kerrigan. Kerrigan ahead for Amos Sinclair. Stopped at the line, but Valley regroup. Darius Pay chips it in deep. Hardy out to play it. Kerrigan with the steal. Finds Pay. Pay scores! Great patience by Braden Kerrigan after he strips the rush defender of the puck. Finds the trailer in Darius Pay. And Pay finds Pay Dirt to open up a 6-2 lead now for the Valley Wildcats. Two quick goals, two quick strikes here by the Valley as they start to separate themselves from the rush. 6-2 the score now in favor of the Wildcats. Klein rims that one around. Icing waved off as it hit off the stick of Jacob Seaman. Angus McLean throws it into the neutral zone. Picked up there again by the Valley Wildcats. Here comes the Valley once again. Broken up at the line. Jacob Hebb gets to the red line and throws it in deep. Hanley skates it out, tries to get it in deep, broken up there by Deacon McPhee. Ryan McQueen now. Over the blue line, takes a shot off the ankles of Max Hanley. Chipped off the boards there by Isaac Connolly, but he's tracked down by Bass Christmas. Puck in behind the net, Bass Christmas lost sight of it. Out front it goes for Conley. He can't connect there. Bass Christmas with it once again. Tries to saucer it up. This one will have enough juice to make its way down for icing. 6:40 to go in the third period. The Valley Wildcats with a quick burst of goals here in the third period have really opened this game up. Fleming chips it in and goes off Harding's gear. Again, he will gobble that up and take the face-off. Luke Force in to take the draw against Mitchell Gould. Sinclair circles off the boards, shot up high. Back to the line. Cam Hickey keeps it alive. Force after the loose puck. Gracie comes away with it. Cam Hickey reads that play, closes the gap, and the Wildcats forechecking back in the zone once again. Mitchell Gould now. Over the line, into the corner. Takes a hard hit there from Lucas Arnold. Those two have been after each other all afternoon here. Gracie keeps that play alive at the blue line, but here come the Valley Wildcats once again. Jesse Sinclair misses a hit by Mitchell Gould. Plays up top for Jacob Seaman. He plays it back down low for Betts. Rims it around behind the net for Jesse Sinclair. Luke Force throws it back down low, and it's Sinclair once again. Cycle game starting to go here now for the Valley Wildcats. Up top for Arnold. Cross ice for Seaman. His shot makes its way on net. Hardy sees that. He's going to stop it. And we've got more rough stuff now after the whistle. Mitchell Gould takes exception to Luke Force touching his goalie after the whistle. He didn't like that. Frustration starting to mount here now for the Sydney Rush. Sydney Rush will come away with a power play on this one, as Luke Force will get an extra 2. Both will get head contact, but Luke Force will get the extra 2 for slashing. So the Sydney Rush will go to the power play. Under 5 to go here in the third period. The Rush go back to the power play. This will be their third power play of the afternoon. Draw one by the Wildcats, and they clear the zone. Sinclair out chasing it down. Hardy's got to come out to play it. Owen Gracie gets into the zone. Stops up, plays it back up top for Bass Christmas. Over for McQueen. McQueen shoots. That one goes wide, but Bass Christmas keeps it alive. Christmas, shot. Turned aside, it's back for McQueen. McQueen's going to shoot. That's blocked by Sinclair. Gracie now. Finds Dunn. Dunn with a quick release. But Meaden stops that, and again, extracurriculars after the whistle, as frustration starting to mount now for the Sydney Rush. Refs have seen enough. They're going to take both. Owen Gracie and Jacob Seaman both, I suspect, will get roughing calls. Oh, no, they will both get 10s. Both players receiving 10-minute misconducts. That'll be the afternoon for those two gentlemen. We remain 5-on-4 with 1:12 in the power play now. Hops over the stick of McQueen. Power play unit has their regroup. Nicholas Bass Christmas skates around Pay. Christmas enters the zone, but he's stopped up pretty quick there by the Wildcats penalty kill, and back they go. 45 seconds to go in the man advantage for the Sydney Rush. Ryan McQueen now cutting through the middle of the ice, but runs into a sea of red. Christmas finds McQueen. Hops over the stick, but Jacob Dunn is there, but it's back on the stick of Nicholas Bass Christmas. Finds Ryan McQueen once again. McQueen throws it out front for Heb. He can't connect. McQueen with it again. Dunn. Shot. That's stopped. Into the corner it goes. That'll do it for the power play. Team's back to even strength. McQueen shot off a skate into the corner. Bass Christmas now skates his way out of trouble. Turns around, fires. That's blocked in front by Girard. Girard will skate it out. Still with it now. Bass Christmas in front of his own zone. He'll leave it there for Ryan McQueen. McQueen starts the breakout. Skates his way through the neutral zone into the blue line. Stepped up there by Lucas Arnold. This one will not be icing. McPhee skates it out. Or Berman, sorry. He loses the handle, and Jesse Sinclair turns it around for the Wildcats. Knocked off his stick. Now Liam McLeod will try. He gets it poked off of his stick by Hanley. Bodies flying everywhere just inside the the Rush zone. Rush finally able to clear the zone. But it doesn't get too far because here come the Wildcats once again. Lucas Arnold tries a one-handed on net, but can't find it. Scrum in front once again. Now up top for Hickey. His shot, Hardy, finds that as it almost finds its way on the short side. Hickey with it again. He's got some space. Shot. That goes wide. Arnold chips it back in deep. Isaac Connolly, first one on it for Valley. Under a minute to go in the third. Hickey, cross ice feed, nobody there. Morgan Fleming with it now. Back behind the net is Isaac Connolly. Steps out onto the half wall up top now for Hickey. Throws it back to Connolly, who throws it down low for Morgan Fleming. Knocked off his stick by Berman. And into the opposite corner it goes. Sinclair wins that battle, throws it back up top for Arnold. Good pressure here by the Valley Wildcats. Not giving the Rush an inch. Now the Rush get it out. 2-on-1 forming for the Rush. Over for Miller. Miller can't get it. And the horn sounds, and that will do it here from member 2. Chalk it up as a 6-2 victory for the visiting Valley Wildcats as they come into town and sweep the Sydney Rush here in member 2. Again, next game action, for the Valley Wildcats will be Wednesday night as a home game against the Dartmouth Steel Subaru come to town to play the Valley Wildcats. Next Saturday, you can catch the Sydney Rush here in Member 2 as South Shore Mustangs will be in town for a couple of games. We thank you for tuning in. You can follow along at High Button Sports for all your U18 major men's hockey for the season. Thank you and have a great afternoon.